Okay, I hit something I didn't mean to hit there, so I don't know if I'm starting a new video or not. We'll find out. I want you to look on page 546 again, and it says, try this. Each shape is one whole. Write an equivalent fraction for the shaded part of the models. So when we look at this is shaded green, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Remember, what we count goes on top, and they are, each piece is a third. So each of these is cut into thirds. So over here we have 6 thirds. So these 2 is the same as 6 thirds. Well, we know that because when we divide 6 divided by 3, we get 2. Now here's the same size squares. We could pretend like this is cake. So here they've divided the cakes into 6 equal pieces. How many pieces do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces, and each piece is a sixth. And if all the cake is still in the pans, that means 12 divided by 6, we have 2 cake pans with cake in them. Each shape is one whole. Use the model to find the equivalent fraction. So here we have a circle the same size as this circle. Maybe this is pizza. This one has been cut into 4 equal pieces. This one has been cut into 2 equal pieces. They've shaded 2 out of 4, and that's the same as 1 out of 2, or 1/2. I hope you're getting the idea. Let's try this down here, over here. Number 3, we have 2 pizzas cut into 6 equal pieces each. So how many pieces of pizza do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces of pizza, and each piece is a sixth of one pizza. 12 divided by 6 is 2 whole pizzas. Here, they were a little hungrier and they said, let's cut our pizzas into thirds. So how many thirds? We have a third. How many thirds do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 thirds. And we know 6 divided by 3 means 2 whole pizzas. Number 4, Andy swam 8/8 mile in a race. 8 out of 8. I think we know that that's the whole thing. That's one whole mile. Use the number line to find a fraction that is equivalent to 8/8. So I'm looking at my number line and I'm going, let's see, 2/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6. Here's 8/8. And I follow it down just like I would with a fraction strip, and I can see that's equal to 4/4. So 8/8 is equal to 4/4. I'm going to give you some time to practice on the next page. Do the best you can. Think about it. Go back to look at this video again if you have questions. And then when you get to page 549, you can work on that. I'm going to read the questions out loud to you now on page 549. Each shape is one whole. Shade the model to find the equivalent fraction. And then you name it down below. Number 3 and 4 says circle each group or circle equal groups to find the equivalent fraction. So the denominator is telling you how many circles to make, and then you have to tell how much is shaded. Number 5, May painted 4 out of 5 equal parts of a poster board blue. Jared painted 2 out of 4 parts, Jared painted 2 out of 4 equal parts of the same size poster board red. Write a fraction to show which part of the poster board each person painted. Off to the side, you see that you have this rectangle. I want you to cut that into 2 equal pieces. Just draw a line and then label one of these pieces May and one of these pieces Jared. Cut May's rectangle into however many equal pieces and shade 4 out of those 8 blue. Then look at Jared's rectangle, cut his rectangle into 4 equal pieces and shade 2 out of those 4 red. And then you can answer the question and you can tell me on the line that May painted blank out of 8 and Jared painted blank out of 4 equal parts. Show me what that looks like and write them as fractions. On page 550, number 1 says, what fraction is equivalent to 6/8? So shade in the same amount on the second rectangle and then tell me with a fraction. Same thing with number 2, but we're using a circle now. Spiral review. Now remember, this goes back to everything we've been learning since the beginning of the year. What division number sentence is shown by the array? So we have an array of circles, counters. There are 16 of them. So I'm going to write a division problem, 16 divided by how many columns going up and down, and that would equal the rows. Or I could take 16 and divide it by the number of rows going across, and that would give me the number of columns going up and down. Number 4, Cody put 4 plates on the table. He put 1 apple on each plate. What number sentence can be used to find the total number of apples on the plate? You're going to write a multiplication or division problem using 1 and 4 to answer that question. Number 5, write a division number sentence that is related fact to 7 times 3 equals 21. Well, you know that if you're going to write a division problem using those 3 numbers, you always start with the biggest number. 21 divided by blank equals blank. Number 6, find the quotient, 36 divided by 4. And when I look at those division and multiplication problems, it reminds me that I do want you to go to that toytheater.com site. And when you go on there, you'll see that you can click on math, and that then you can look at math facts, or you can type in multiplication and division. And there are some games. There's one with a race car that I was playing. It was a lot of fun, and I kind of spent more time on there than I should have. But it's really good practice for your math facts. And remember, I want you to be practicing your math facts for about 10 or 15 minutes, and there are some fun games that you can use to practice those. Okay, I'll be back to talk to you a little bit more about reading and social studies later. Have a great day.